Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike.
And I'm Jeff.
And we're here with the doctor.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good.
He's been on a lot of our audio podcasts, but that's a little bit redundant. He's been on a lot of our shows before, but he's going to be on this one, the new video style. That'll be fun.
I'm excited to be here. It's getting more and more legit every time I'm here, and video being a great example of that.
Yeah. So, every time we have a few more microphones and a few more things to hook up, and yeah.
So I think today with the doctor here, we're going to drink some local beers, and being as he's leaving us and moving to a different coast, we're in the Midwest coast, meaning that there's no coast.
Yeah, we got
Zero
no coast.
So, but I think it'll be interesting.
And this is good. We started with our first local beer, super local to this house even. And Jeff made what is it called?
A bourbon oatmeal milk stout.
All right. And it's but if on Untapped,
it's Jeff's creamy bourbon stout.
Yeah. And I think it holds up to the name.
Yeah, it came out a little lighter than I wanted it to, but things happen when you homebrew. You can't always control things as much as you'd like to.
Yeah, it's got some good toasty notes. I enjoy it. So,
well, thanks.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And hopefully down the road we'll bring even more beers to you because, like we've said before, we do homebrew. And at some point, possibly, we'll bring BaC Brews into its own. Because I think that would be really cool to do to basically explain what we do when we do what we do. So our local beers, Jeff. What's our first one? I know that we're sort of freeballing it today.
We went to Upstream and we brought back some beers. Upstream's a small brewery in Omaha, Nebraska. There's
sort of a brewery pub kind of thing.
Yeah, there's two locations, one basically on each side of the city. So I think one's a Saison, or are they both Saisons?
I don't recall.
Okay.
It's been a long
Only one. I think I previewed. One of them's a Saison. One of them is something else.
Okay.
Well, I'm excited to see what we have. They are probably hand bottled. I wanted to say Boulevard, but Upstream is a smaller brewery, like we said. So it's even hand numbered. Like somebody wrote what it is in pen.
Bottled August of 14, brewed in June of 14. 5.8% ABV. It's number 121 of 279 bottles. It's a barrel gin.
Barrel gin. Yes, the character is barrel gin.
Okay, it's a Saison, apparently, with the characters of barrel gin. This could be good for me. I don't know how.
I'm so on the gin. It's all right. I'm excited to try this though because it is a local something to try, local beer to try. But I also really love Upstream. I love most of the beers that they make. I am sad they used to have a Firehouse ESB.
Oh yeah,
that was a very good beer.
Was good.
But I think people don't really know what ESB is. They sort of are confused by it, or people who don't really try beer very often. Sadly, it's one of those things you go to Upstream and there's. People are saying like, "Oh, do you have Bud Light?" It's like, no, we don't carry that. We have something that's close. It's called O Gold.
We have our own beers here.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I just want a Bud Light. Well, sorry. So I'm excited to try this. We're fancy.
Ooh,
is this where we're pouring it, or is that for Vince? Okay. Also, for those of you who have seen our Great American Beer Fest. Just to spoil the movie magic, Tripod Vince is in the background and will be in one of the shows soon. So this is exciting for that reason as well. Upstream does a good job bottling, apparently. Don't cut yourself like the first episode.
I'm getting nervous now.
Yeah.
Protect your eyes. Not all of us have glasses, guys. Come on now.
Yeah, he's getting it. It's going to be like 3
That's
minutes.
What she said.
Like 3 minutes of
Just really
Opening a
intense
bottle.
bottle opening. I'm excited because I am pretty much ever constantly on the lookout for a saison that I like.
Yeah.
Because in general, I don't like saisons, and so I'm hoping every time I try one, because I keep trying them, which is maybe my own fault, but I keep trying them, and hope. So here's to another round of me hoping that I like this beer.
It's a good color. I would say that kind of looks like a slightly orange tinged Budweiser. Smells like a saison. What would you call this color? Golden? It's a little bit darker than that. It's a little more something.
I think it depends on where you look too. I'm holding it weird. It's like a.
Amber.
Amber. Amber's a good color.
I'd say I'd
Like-
go with amber.
It's the color of your energy. 311 song.
That's horrible.
Drink beer.
It smells like a saison.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot of floaties.
No, they're tiny though. Acceptable floaty level. That's a very interesting. It's a light carbonation compared to some.
That could be because it was been aged.
It's true. Has this been an age? You said it was aged a year?
That might have been the other one.
What is this
One
one?
of
This
these
was
bottles,
brewed in June of 14
Huh.
and bottled in August of 14.
And we're drinking this sort of mid-February of 15,
Yeah.
so it's been a while. Also, we should probably, while we're at this, just because we don't have to spend the entire time talking about beer, why the hell were we gone?
That was your fault.
Okay, yeah, that's actually very accurate. I took a month off of drinking, and
It was per somebody's recommendation. Not this one, but a different one.
yeah, per a different doctor's recommendation. And luckily, they drew my blood and said, "You are just fine. It must have been something else, and continue on, sir." They also told me not to drink as much, but fuck that. They always tell you to do that.
Pretty much required to say that, actually.
He would know.
I've been told that I have to tell people that, so.
You should lead by example.
But you can't prove that I'm having more than. I'm trying to think what I forget the numbers exactly. It's like more than 4 in a day is like not allowed, which. Also.
You're going to be not allowed.
It's
to.
that's where it enters into like alcohol abuse territory, right?
Yeah, and like
which can lead to problems.
But
Oh, in that case, dude, I should go to jail for the abuse I'm about to do to this alcohol today.
I will say
it's going to be a long
It
recovery.
might need to cry in the shower.
the same recommendations consider alcohol abuse for women who have 7 drinks a week. So if you consider the fact that it's also, they say that like 1 glass of wine a night is good for your health, for women that makes them alcoholics, just based on the numbers presented. So,
I'm okay with that.
That doesn't even count like book clubs and other miscellaneous activities.
Exactly. So
Without sounding really sexist, I'm okay with that. I'll just leave it at that.
So what's the? Did we see a percentage on this?
5.8.
That's not bad.
No.
There are some saisons that go up into like 8-9 territory. Crazy stuff. So I'd say for a saison, this is really not. It doesn't bother me in any way.
No, you know what though? We changed our palates at the Great American Beer Festival. We learned to enjoy and be more accepting of sours and saisons.
We acquired the taste.
We did, and that's partially thanks to Tripod Vince.
It is. It is. The man is very important. You'll see him soon enough, as we've mentioned. But he was very important in pushing us to try the saisons. He was excited, and so we kind of went along with him, and it worked out.
It's got that odd saison-y like aftertaste.
Yeah, it does.
That kind of
Sweet tarts.
Yeah, in the back of your tongue.
I was a little bit. I mean, I think my attention was drawn to this because it said what barrel gin. I forget even what the exact word. But I can almost that aftertaste almost has a gin taste to me. That like I don't think I would have thought of that if it didn't say gin on that bottle. But now that I'm thinking it, I feel like that aftertaste is almost gin flavored. I mean, it doesn't smell like gin at all or anything like that, but That's what I'm getting from that aftertaste.
In theory, this is an autofocus lens, so this will give you an idea. Very cool.
It held carbonation pretty well too.
Yeah.
For being in a fridge for.
Well, you saw how tight that cork was.
Yeah, dude. I'm impressed. But cork does let in and out some gas. So, but touche.
Well, if it stays a bit active, would it be bubbling up? I guess for a while. I don't know.
I suppose. The last end of it kind of turned cloudy, so I'm guessing there was still some yeast in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that they'd have a big centrifuge filter or
Right.
anything like that. Upstream's sort of a lower budget thing.
They make really good beers, though.
They make really good. Honestly, they make really good everything. If you come to Omaha, you should go to Upstream. Try some of their beers. Try one of their pizzas. And yeah, just have a good night of it. They got like pool tables and stuff. You can have a good fun time there. And enjoy really great beers at the same time. They have all sorts of seasonal stuff on top of their
Oh, you know
regulars.
what? I gotta check this in on Untapped.
Hmm.
I forgot to do that. That's our unofficial sponsor.
They don't pay us. Is
But
the
they should.
end of that? Yeah, but we do talk about them a lot because we use the app a lot.
And I'm kind of curious to see when the last check-in of this bottle was.
Oh yeah, good question.
They only made so many. So, I'm not even sure it's going to be findable, really.
Yeah, Upstream, Saison, and then maybe it'll be in there somewhere.
Gin
Yeah.
barrel aged ransom saison from Upstream Brewing Company.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Yeah, there it is.
You found that?
That's I typed in saison and Upstream, and that was the top of the
I
list.
typed in Upstream and gin, and I got the same thing.
That's really awesome.
That is super neato.
All right.
So,
So part of Untapped is the 1 to 5 rating and in half rating increments. Damn it, Tripod Vince.
Tripod Vince getting drunk.
Dropping caps.
That's would be if you had that isolated, that'd be like a fun sound effect you could throw in occasionally.
I totally could. I probably could find that. We could throw some bottle caps at Mike's if we wanted.
What Tripod
Throw
Vince brings
some-
to the table.
Throw some bottle caps at Tripod Vince.
So what's when we come down to ratings, where do you fall on this? For a Saison,
I just checked it in as a 4. I like gin, and I like some of the taste of this. I don't think it's my favorite Saison I've ever had. But it's hard to really narrow down my favorite Saison that I've ever had.
Super Kitty Fantastic.
That wasn't a Saison, though.
Wasn't it?
Nope, that was a sour.
That was a sour.
That was just a sour, although that
I
was...
just love the name.
It's a great name.
It really
I would
is.
drink that beer based on its name alone.
So
That's actually why we went.
this
Had all
beer
sorts
was
of good
last
names.
checked in a day ago
Holy
by
shit.
somebody on Untapped. Before that, on February 10th, and before that on February 8th. So it looks like there's still some around.
So people are. I wonder if they just are all popping them about now. It's been 6
It could
months
be,
or
'cause
whatever.
I know like
and-
a lot of these will tell you to age them
Yeah.
for a bit. I have quite a few in my beer fridge, wine fridge, and keg fridge that I've aged and that I'm supposed to be aging for a year or more.
Yeah.
I think one of them that I drank with my brother, one of the sours I drank from Russian River, was supposed to be aged for like over a year.
Is that the deconstruction?
Yeah. And I think it was supposed to be aged for over a year, and I drank it at the 3-day mark. it didn't make it. Sorry. It was good.
It's a solid effort. 3 whole days.
Yeah, I tried. Not too hard, though.
It's okay. It was exciting. It was one of those you can only buy one, and it's
Yeah.
only if you notice, and the guy in the back gets it for you and whatever. So
Yeah, it was
one
definitely
of those, one of
an
those fancy beer
experience to get.
buying experiences. Well, it's about time for another. Shall we sign off for a little break and come back with different beer?
Ask me how I'm feeling.
How are you feeling?
Stout.
All right, what are we drinking?
We're drinking the...
He really wanted to do that.
I did. I don't even care. Oh, man. Delinquent Stout. It's an oak barrel stout from Upstream.
Another Upstream beer.
6.6 ABV.
Slightly higher than the last one.
Bottle number 170 out of 211.
Got to collect them all.
Yeah, this was brewed in February 14 and bottled on August 14. So it's been about a year.
It's been about a year since they were filling up a lauter ton somewhere.
Yeah, it's been about a year since this yeast has made sweet love.
So hopefully, yeah. Hopefully the room stank is out by this point, and we just get the full
Change
flavor.
your sheets, or are they just hard as a rock?
Ugh. Got a towel leaning against the door.
College. This cork's a lot easier to get out.
Is it?
That's a little disappointing. It would have been kind of fun to watch you fight with it for another couple minutes.
Dude, that last cork was seriously in there.
It was a serious cork. Oh yes, he's the best cork soaker. Oh shit, that's motor oil black.
That is dark.
It is not as thick, but it is black as fuck.
That's what she said.
Is that the
Not
first
as
fuck of the
thick.
new episode?
I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure I dropped one somewhere.
So it's dark black.
Tripod
and it has
Vince, get your thick black fuck in here.
He's getting rid of that St. Lupulins.
I think this might have lost some carbonation along the way.
It smells good.
Yeah, it does.
What is that smell? It's got like a weird, like floral, nice twinge to it. I love it.
That's stank, dude.
Yeah, that's the stank of the
The
love.
stank of love. That's what makes hard, crusty socks that are underneath the bed.
Yeah, this has lost some
How did we
carbonation.
get to that?
We just let Jeff
College.
go. When Jeff goes, he has these associations, these free associations, and
I just feel like if we're gonna let him go like that, I shouldn't be sitting next to him. I should be distancing myself.
Licorice? You think
I think
so?
that's lost some carbonation. I get some sweet, like that the sweetness from the bourbon probably. Or I guess it doesn't say bourbon. It just says oak barrel.
Aftertaste, to me, soy sauce.
I can see that.
I got a soy or like teriyaki kind of aftertaste.
I can see that.
Not in like a bad way. It's just, it's
I get the woody way after.
woody, yeah.
Way
I get
after.
a Woody way after.
I almost spat dark black stout on this microphone.
After he got a Woody, it's
Good old tripod Vince in the background talking about woodies.
I would definitely agree. I guess I hope it's lost carbonation. I think it needs a little bit extra carbonation.
Yeah, they shouldn't have aimed for this, for as carbonation wise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't know. Stouts, I don't really like them heavily carbonated.
That's true. I
But
guess
this
if there was more carbonation, I would probably be wanting to call this a porter.
I found out the difference between the two.
Yes, you did. I heard this, but I want you to inform our watchers
Yeah.
and the doctor.
So this is important, I guess. So stouts are a version of porters initially. So just as all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon, all stouts are porters, but not all porters are stouts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
to me.
initially, this came from porters that were heavier and higher in alcohol content. They were stout. They were, powerful, and that's kind of what strong, and that's what that meant. And so the porter, the port stout.
Is that like
was-
the heavy, wee heavy
Yeah.
kind of range?
So then
This
when
is
it-
a stout, so like
right.
the high end.
So
yeah.
when it moved from, being like your traditional English porter, but a strong porter is what they were calling it. It moved over to Ireland. They called it a stout instead of strong porter. It was called a stout porter, and they just dropped the porter off, and it was called a stout. And there you go.
That's really awesome.
I
That's
officially learned something today.
You're welcome.
that's probably one of the better nuggets we've had.
Education. That's how we do.
So I like that even where this has like touched the glass is slightly tinted because it's that thick.
Yeah, I'm going to throw these glasses out.
Yeah, permanently stain your glasses.
I like that you said that you thought you had the soy sauce aftertaste because I can almost see that like you could if you just put this in a bottle of soy sauce and then like I would almost dump sushi in it. Like it kind of looks like soy sauce. Like obviously the head takes that away, but
I don't know. If you shake up soy sauce really, really hard, there will be a little bit of froth on top, and it almost looks like that.
something I've not tried before, and now
Grab me a bottle of soy sauce out of the fridge.
I mean, I believe you, but
Are you supposed to put soy sauce in the fridge? I guess
I
you
don't know.
probably are.
You don't have to. Ooh, you got a lot of.
There are a lot of them. There are a lot of bottles.
I know I got a lot of Oscar Blues in
I'm
there.
happy.
See?
Oh yeah, there it is. Holy shit! Drinking soy sauce. Ugh.
Just kidding, didn't do that.
yeah, I think if we were actually drinking soy sauce, I'd probably be making some different faces
Right.
while I was going down. But
So if we go back to Untapped, what are we thinking around that?
I've had a lot of oak barrel stouts.
Yeah, there are a lot of them out there.
I have rarely had one that's been aged because they just don't make it that far in my house. But
That's true.
I-
Mine either. It's the same.
yeah, I mean,
same problem.
I think I'd give this honestly, I think I'd give it a 3.5.
I didn't say mine last time. I went with a 4, and this time I'm going to go with a 3.5 as well. I'm matching right with you on the taste now.
I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't think it's wowing.
yeah, it's nothing special. I think
it's
it
not.
could have hit
It's
a 4.
not
with-
really in the higher octane category. Yeah, it's 6.5 or 6.6.
Yeah,
But I don't see it as an imperial, which always kind of starts out at a higher rating for me.
sure.
Might get that from my dad, but I just I think it's good. But-
Doctor,
I'm usually
give me the news. I'm sorry.
I usually am a bigger fan of stouts as opposed to other beers, and so usually I do rate them higher. I really it's a good beer, but I'm not impressed by this one compared to a lot of other ones that I've had. So I'm sticking at a 3.5 right with you guys.
Hey.
It's
Could've
just
used more time.
again, it's a good beer. I won't say it's not a good beer. It's just when I compare it to other stouts that I really like, it doesn't meet those standards. for
Especially
me.
other oak aged stouts.
Right.
I mean, I immediately come to think of the Yeti.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, usually there's bigger, bolder flavor, I think. I mean, this is heavy, but I don't feel like it doesn't slap me like a Yeti does. Or an old Rasputin, or something like that, where you're just like, this is a lot to sort through.
now it's not it doesn't say it's a bourbon barrel aged.
This
And
is barrel
it
aged.
just says barrel. It just says oak barrel,
character.
just oak barrel in the character.
Oh, so they might.
So I don't know if it's oak barrel aged for a bit, or if they put oak barrel staves in there,
chips or whatever.
or even if they just put oak chips in it. Uncharred, unused oak chips, which
Right.
you can do. I don't know where they got the oak or what. Even if they used it, they had to have, because you really get that woody,
Yeah, it's
oaky
in there.
taste after, or if they use the oak aged essence.
Yeah.
Because
point.
I used that in mine, and I get some of that same sweet oak taste in mine. But did they age it? I don't know what they did with it, so I can't really say. But
We may never know.
unless they contact us, I know a brewer there.
Right. Yeah, we should get on that. They're local. They should be friends to the. we can combine their probably several hundred followers with our like 6.5.
Thanks, Grandma.
Yeah. Thanks, Grandma.
You know, I work with one of the brewer's younger brothers, and he's offered to you know.
Well, let's get on
have us
that.
hang out
We'll have
sometime.
sometime in the future. We'll do a bottles and cans on location. That would be really fun. Well, cool. You have wasted another 25 to 30 minutes of your life watching us, and we thank you for that.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We always try and make this show a good one, and we are continually trying to make it better as we go.
Except for the last month that we took off.
Yeah,
because
well,
Mike's an alcoholic.
the several months that we took, because we sort of, then we had the issues with the getting everything arranged, and then I was day drinking on a Sunday that we were supposed to record, and that didn't happen, and it was one of those things. So we're glad to say that we're back. We're happy to have the doctor with us once again.
It's been wonderful to be back. It's been a little while for me. I love the show, and I love when you guys have me on here. So,
Can you show off?
This is follower number 3.
Yeah,
Mike and I are 1 and 2.
Can you show
Vince
us
is
your
5,
shirt
my
before you
grandma's
go?
6.
Before we all go.
I semi-intentionally wore this just for today.
Keep calm.
see
I'm
it
the
here.
doctor
Really
with the
got it
TARDIS
up
on
there.
top. Awesome.
Close, but
That was a very appropriate. And we got the keep calm chive on, and I got nothing. I got nothing going on with me.
I mean, just swagger.
Yeah, that's it. Just
Just
swag all day. That's how I roll. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for watching Bottles and Cans. You can follow us on Twitter at Bottles Cans. No spaces, no nothing. BACreviews.com is the website. Like, subscribe, do all those fun things if we've earned it. Should we do a cheers? We should do a cheers.
Cheers.